Let's get rid of this guy.
Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. We're going to call that Jerry and Stephen Jones trying to get rid of the body of 2024 season. And not everything was bad, per se. Let's be clear here. The season was a pooch screw, but it was screwed up from the time Jerry Jones said, we're going all in. Let's be clear here. From the moment he said, we're going all in, it was over. It was done. He set up expectations that we were going to be the 49ers, we were going to be Tampa Bay, we were going to be the Rams, we were going to be the Eagles. Okay? Jerry Jones shooting from the hip, just saying whatever the hell's on his mind, and then not backing it up. People want to blame Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. They'll say, Micah Parsons sucks, man. Trade his ass because he's not a great run stopper. You want to look? We're not winning, and the defense is not the best defense in football. Let's get rid of Dan Quinn because he sucks. Fire everybody. But the reality is we do have some good things, and I'm going to say, contrary to popular belief, we had several things that happened for us that will be good for the future. First thing, these are a couple things to feel good about if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan. When we lost to Green Bay, from the start of that game where who knows what was going on with CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what's going on. Do you know what was going on with CeeDee Lamb? Because I don't know. All I know was CeeDee Lamb seemed to be checked out. That CeeDee Lamb was a no-go. Couple of drop passes and seeming to have like an attitude. Not understanding that, hey, we're in the playoffs. This is about me building a legacy. He looked like a pouty little kid. I don't feel like playing today. It's like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? You're in a contract year? You're in the playoffs? This is about doing everything because it's sudden death. And, I looked at him and was like, man, I don't know about paying this guy, man. I'm like, he's got some growing up to do. And then he manned up. He manned up and admitted. Because, see, here's the thing. Everybody makes mistakes in the world. Typically, it's the covering up or ignoring the problem that's the real problem. It's okay to ask for help when you need help to try and fix something so you can move ahead. If there's any advice I can give to a young person, hey, bro, I'm not saying go out and beg. I don't want somebody that's looking for me to just give them a handout and take care of them because they can't take care of themselves, and then they're not trying to fix shit. If you're trying to fix shit, hey, I'll do what I can to help you, so that way we ain't got to worry about helping you down the road. And CeeDee Lamb did that. He said, I have some growing up to do. Now, the Cowboys made the problem worse for him because I still believe that CeeDee Lamb not being at training camp slowed him down at the beginning of the season. You might even say some of the injuries that he had might be attributed to not having those practices and those OTAs to get himself in shape to play. Because, see, this goes back to the Joneses that decide we're going to wait to get these things done. And I pray that they don't do the same thing with Micah Parsons, where Micah Parsons holds out. Because you have to understand, football is like a ballet. You need everybody to be on the same page doing, their up on their toes and things like that. You can't take a ballet and have everybody there but the star and think that that star is just going to walk in and be in sync with everybody else. So they slowed his development. But even after Dak Prescott was injured, even after he was injured, he had the tenacity to continue. He had the desire. He didn't pout about it. Oh, what was me, my shoulders. They're picking on me. They keep hitting me. No. He kept getting up and taking more. And that is growth. And that is a beautiful thing. And I'm going to also say that Micah Parsons grew up a lot this year. See, the summertime, it was great summertime because he's got CeeDee Lamb, confessing there, and his podcast. He's, of course, in there in Japan, sumo wrestling and things. He's all over the place. Everybody loves him. Oh, man, Micah Parsons, generational talent and things. And then this season started, and for the first time, the team's not winning, and you got 1 sack in 4 games. And the fans are kind of turning against you because of your podcast, which you kind of had the fight with Malik Hooker. Joseph Hooker was a Civil War general. Malik Hooker is a safety for the Cowboys. But you kind of had that dust up between you two guys about, the podcast and things. And then you start out the year and you got Big Play Slay on yucking it up after the Cowboys got mollywopped. And it's kind of like, bro, why are you yucking it up with the guys we got to beat and things? And then you had the Diggs comments, about their top 10 and Dak's not on there and things. And it's kind of like, this mother humper, man, he got 1 sack in 4 games. He's injured and doing these podcasts that are putting everybody in bad light. And I think that adversity hardened him and created resolve. And I'm going to say, I wouldn't doubt too many things that Micah Parsons says. When he said, we're a good team, and everybody laughed, everybody was like, oh, no, excuse me. Everybody was laughing. Oh, Micah Parsons. and then they went out. Then they went out and they started playing like that. They started playing like they were a decent team. Not good enough to be in the playoffs because it was too late. But they started turning things around. They were taking the ball away left and right. They were sacking like crazy. He was right. And since that time, you've seen an evolution of his podcast where it's not so much about everybody else and trying to be everybody's best friend. It's been more about the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm going to say he grew up because he was forced to. He had to face reality that the team was bad and it wasn't going to be shits and giggles. And I think that recognition of the season being bad is a feeling that he doesn't want to have anymore. Because I always tell people, without bad times, you don't know what good times are. You don't know what it's like to hit rock bottom, and you're not appreciative of when times are good. And when you've gone through adversity and things, you don't want those things to happen. You grow up and say, I'm going to make sure I fix that shit so I don't have to go through it again. And this growth and development of those two players right there is going to bode well for the future. And Micah Parsons, like him or not, is becoming a vocal leader on this team. And I believe people are beginning to rally behind him. So this is the guy who has already got an agenda set up to go with the owner and try and say, hey, listen, I ain't got to be the highest paid guy out here. Let's get this thing done. Let's win a Super Bowl. And I'm going to dare say, when he says, we going to hold up that trophy, I wouldn't bet against him. It may not happen, but I ain't betting against him. I'll tell you that. And see, those are two good developments for the team. I have some other ones too, but I don't want to. I don't want to give all the good news in one video. And right now, I gotta go check on my pork shoulder because that humper smell good, and it's been in there for about 7 hours. I'm trying. I'm doing pulled pork in my oven at home here. We're trying. I know a lot of people. You eating that swine, that pork? Okay, yeah, I do from time to time. But the barbecue sauce is sugar free, and I think it's gonna be tasty. And we're gonna put it on some cabbage and potatoes that are fried, not in butter, but with some olive oil. So definitely check out Cooking and Tailgating with Joe Boo. Peace out.